with his mom. Here's how that sounds.
She's my everything. She's my best friend. And is this live right now?
This is live right now.
Oh, my gosh. You get me emotional, man. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now, man.
Thank you for the flower. Special
Absolutely.
delivery.
Thanks for everything.
I love you, baby.
I love you, too. Man, you guys are messing me up, man. That's my best friend. You guys are doing this to me, man.
I know. He's a crier. He cries a lot.
I only get emotional when I see her. That's. I love you, Mom.
Aw.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I like that his mom said that he cries a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cry more than him. I cried at the movie Up.
Well, I think everybody.
Yeah,
you always say that, but everybody cries in the first 5 minutes of Up when they show their entire
I don't think everybody
romance.
cries.
I did not.
I did. You don't cry at anything.
I don't.
Okay, so that was the good news that Mother's Day.
That was very nice.
Baseball story, Greg.
Oh,
Did
here
you
comes
hear
the bad news.
Did you hear the other one that Carl
the other
Ravitch
one
is in trouble for?
Is ridiculous.
No,
Okay.
what happened?
So there's the Red Sox first baseman is a guy named Tristan. Is it Casas? Casas?
I believe that's right. I don't know for certain, but that sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, so Tristan Casas lost his mom at a young age.
Yes.
She passed away when he was young. And apparently they had him mic'd last night during Sunday Night Baseball. And Carl Ravitch asked him about his mother who passed away when he was a little kid on Mother's Day.
Yeah, here's exactly what Ravitch said. I know your mom passed away when you were young. What does Mother's Day mean to you and your brother? That's the question for Tristan Casas.
And
While
he
he's
was
in the
doing
field.
an in-game interview.
In-game.
Yeah, that's going to jeopardize the in-game interview green light. If
Well, I
guys
think
are going
they're
to
going
do
to
that.
have to. I think they'll obviously have to be much more. You don't ask about emotional stuff. Actually, it's kind of a weird question anyway.
Right. But, I mean, especially to ask somebody while they're playing a game. Like if it's after a game or off, like on an off day, you might be able to dive deep. But you don't want to get a guy out of his zone when he's in a game.
There's so many funny tweets about it, though.
Such as?
Let's see. Tristan Casas saying, Boston's been treating me good. Saw a tree today. Love the vibe here. ESPN booth. Sounds great. So walk us through your mother's premature death.
That's what the words were? Exactly.
No,
Walk us through?
No, this is what
It's a
people are
joke
mocking
tweet.
Oh, God.
on Twitter.
Oh, my God.
On Twitter.
That's brutal.
Yeah. No, it was a hard question. I mean, you do the best you can,
Okay.
but
I know, by the way, that all of us have picked the Lakers in either 6 or 7.
yes.
But there is a clamoring online for us to bring back the Lakers in 5 girl.
Oh.
Until the Lakers can't win it in 5, we can bring back the Lakers in 5 girl. What do you think?
Absolutely. Why
I
not?
vote absolutely.
As long as
Lakers.
we have a chance, we might as well milk it.
Where's
right?
my button for Lakers in 5 girl? There
Lakers
she
in-
is.
Lakers in 5, you little. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. You little.
So somebody on Twitter sent us a link to her newest video. She says, "I meant Lakers in 6," and then she does the whole
really?
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh,
Let me
get
let me
that
find it.
going.
Let me find it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
get
she
that
picking
going.
Lakers in 5 for this series?
Apparently, Snoop sent out her Lakers in 5 rap.
Oh,
out
nice.
To all his social accounts. So
Yeah.
Snoop is with her.
Yeah, by the way, the stupid dog missed the series. Everybody's mocking the dog that apparently knew
The psychic corgi.
the psychic corgi.
Yep.
That didn't go well. I think the psychic corgi picked Warriors in 7, if I'm not mistaken. The magic dog didn't get it right.
Yeah, the psychic corgi is now retired.
Yeah. By the way, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. You little. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. You little.
Greg, are we going to get that girl?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to find her,
Yeah.
her Twitter.
I like
again.
our social team.
I'll have her
Look-
come on.
Look at them in the back when you play. Look at it. Just
I
look
know,
at it.
they absolutely love it. They're like,
Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. You little.
You know what? That should be O'Shea Jackson
Junior's ringtone.
ringtone.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
You know what? Every time he calls in, that's his intro song.
Oh,
There
there
it
you
is.
go.
That's it.
That's
Love that.
perfect.
Like Michael has his own introduction music.
Exactly.
That'll be O'Shea's introduction. Right. There's the
Lakers
Michael
in
music.
That was
five.
Michael here? Oh, I
Little.
thought Michael was here.
Lakers
Are you
in
kidding?
five.
He's in his room
Lakers in
eating.
five.
We have
Lakers in five.
there's a spread. We travel with a chef in the playoffs.
Yep.
So Michael is happy as he could ever be.
Oh,
He
do
never
you
has-
challenge? You travel with a chef?
Yeah, and so Michael never has to leave the hotel, literally, for any reason. The only time Michael will leave the hotel is when we go to the game.
Isn't that kind of fun to go out of the hotel when you're in
Yes,
another
I've
city?
already been out. I'm going out again tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's missing
that's
out
not-
on
that's
kind of the
not
fun
Michael.
part of the gig.
And Michael likes to keep it home.
There
if you
won't
know
be
what I mean.
one big dinner where everybody, you and
Yeah, but it'll be here.
Stu and
Well,
Jeannie.
Stu and Billy are done.
Oh, yeah, Stu and Billy are done. You and Jeannie and the whole gang, Rob,
No,
Michael,
that will not be
Mike
happening.
Trudell, like the
Well,
big
Trudell, I might have dinner.
the big
with, yeah.
family dinner with everybody.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be getting invited to the Jeannie and Rob dinner.
Well, Rob had a good time when he was here, didn't he?
Yes, but I don't think that lends itself to a dinner invite.
Huh. It's funny, I can't get into the patio either.
Gee, I wonder why.
Can't get my name on the list. Got to
not?
call Jay. I don't know. Jay Moore's the one that's in control
Jay,
of the list.
Jay will tell you to call Jeannie.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
By the way, we didn't mention this, but we talked about Tim Anderson. We didn't mention that the Dodgers swept the Padres this
Again.
weekend. 5 out of 6 now. They've beaten the Padres so far this year. Great series for Mookie Betts. He had 2 home runs. He's now got 3 homers in 6 games against the Padres. Dustin May, very good. Let's see, Saturday. Who pitched Saturday?
Urias.
Urias. Julio was really good. 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Yesterday, 5 shutout innings from Tony Gonsolin. He looks very much like
Yeah,
the Tony
and by the way,
Gonsolin we
the
saw
Dodgers,
last year.
The Dodgers look good, but the Padres look really bad.
Yeah, they look
for all
terrible.
that money that they spent. Hey, on a completely change the subject, non-circuit, and we don't have to go into the details if you don't want to.
Okay.
But how good was Succession?
It was.
That might have been one of my top 3 Succession episodes of all time.
Top 3?
Yeah,
Really?
it was.
Oh, so good.
It's the best post Logan Roy episode of Succession.
You can just end now, please.
What
no,
is?
I'm telling
There's
you.
only 2 left, Greg.
Yeah, only
goodness.
2 left.
It's too political. I didn't really like that one.
Well, it's about politics.
Did you
I
watch
understand.
last night?
I did watch last night.
So
I thought
what-
it was fine. It was fine. It was just too much.
You're
I've
just
lived through
negative.
this. No, it's not negative. Why is it because I don't like something and you do it's negative?
Yeah, you're being
doesn't-
negative.
that
If I
doesn't
like,
make sense.
That's
if
exactly
you don't,
it.
if you don't
You
like
don't agree
something,
with Mason, you're negative.
I'm
if
negative
you don't
because he
like
does
something, you're being negative about it. Is that not correct?
I mean, technically,
do I
yes,
not
I'm
understand
negative
the
about
word
something
negative?
that, yeah, but not overall. Like, I love the show. I'm positive about the show.
Well, you didn't sound like you loved the
No,
show.
you
You
said,
said
"I
you
just
can't
wanted
wait
to get
for it
over
to
it."
be over.
I'm glad it's over because that episode was
Does that
good.
sound like
It was
love?
Fine.
Yeah, that's not love. That's negative.
That's
No.
hate.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
By the
Just
way,
end.
I will never. I'm going to adopt the phrase. It's not that lemony.
It's not that lemony.
It's cousin Greg.
Can I wrangle you? Can I wrangle you?
His cousin
Says at
Greg
one point last
maybe
night.
one of TV's all-time great sycophants.
He is so funny. I love
He-
the Disgusting Brothers. I think the Disgusting Brothers
But-
are
but-
fantastic. And by the way, there's your spinoff. The Disgusting Brothers is a great spinoff of Succession.
Tom and Greg.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's really, really great. If you don't, and Ted Lasso, I'm 1 episode behind. But you had a
Catch up
story-
because you'll see tomorrow. I'm gonna send you some Ted Lasso stuff to talk about.
Oh,
So
really?
see if you can watch it tonight.
Okay, I'll watch it tonight. And now they're talking about maybe a spinoff of Ted Lasso.
Well, that's one of the things I'm going to talk to you about.
Oh,
is,
okay.
is what they would spin off. But I can't talk about it until you watch the one
Okay,
from last week.
okay,
and then
good.
the other one comes out tomorrow night. The newest one comes out.
Yeah,
tomorrow
I'll
night.
catch. I'll catch both of them. I'll catch both.
Yeah,
of
no
them.
NBA games tonight. So watch Ted Lasso tonight.
Did the Dodgers play tonight, Bergman?
Yes, they do. They play Minnesota.
Minnesota. All right.
Yep.
Minnesota's
Noah
very good.
Syndergaard. I'm going to be at the game.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah, I'm going.
Cool, man. All right, it's Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday on 710 ESPN, celebrating the Lakers' clinching win on Friday night and getting you pumped up for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow night against the Nuggets. It's presented by Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. John, I've got some very surprising numbers about the matchup between AD and Jokic tomorrow night. We'll do those coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Well, Michael, I promised you, if the Lakers won this game and gave us Mother's Day off, that in honor of Mother's Day, I would tell a Yo Mama joke. Are you ready?
Better be a good one.
All right, you can be the judge. Yo Mama is so silly that she spent 5 hours staring at a glass of orange juice because it said concentrate on the package.
Oh, I like that. Yo Mama is so old that when she went to the Grand Canyon, it was a ditch. How about that one?
p.m. And it is Mason and Ireland on Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Of course, tomorrow, the big day, a Lakers game day. As we get ready for the Western Conference Finals. Game 1 up in Denver. Slee's going to be in Denver. John Ireland will be in Denver. And guess what? Tomorrow at this time, 2:30 p.m., we present to you Super Playoff Crosstalk. Shit out of Cap join Mace. That's right. It's like a playoff threesome until 4 p.m. Don't miss that tomorrow, 2:30 to 4 p.m. Right now, don't miss more Mason and Ireland, your Monday on 710.
And they say that.
So everybody's in a celebration mode today. Jorge's dancing. Bergman's dancing. Ireland, you dancing?
Yep. Back and forth.
It's one of these. He's got his arms going up and down.
Dancing
Real.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Love will keep
and my
us
hands
together
go up
style.
and they stay there.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so Ireland, first of all, you mentioned the experts. I actually pulled all the experts here, and it's interesting the way people have picked this series, the so-called ESPN experts.
How many predictions do you have?
I have got, let's see, 17 predictions.
All right, can I make a guess?
Yes.
I'm going to say at least 12 are picking Denver.
11 are picking Denver, and
So
6.
it's 11-6. Twice as many people, basically, are
Yes,
picking Denver.
correct.
Bring it on.
So let's see. Who are the guys that picked the Lakers? Because we'll remember these guys well. Mark Spears, Lakers in 7. Andre Snellings, Lakers in 6. Momo, Lakers in 6. Omar Raja, Lakers in 7. Dave McMenamin, Lakers in 6. Israel Gutierrez, Izzy, Lakers in 7. Those are the experts that officially picked the Lakers.
Did Sedano make a pick?
Sedano did not make a pick.
What's weird on here, though, is that Omar Raja has Nuggets in 7 and Lakers in 7 on this list.
Well, that's one way to cover your ass.
Oh, man, that is so smart. Omar Raja does have 2 picks.
He has 2 picks.
He's picking both the Lakers and the Nuggets. Omar cannot go wrong.
He's going to win.
He's going to win this contest of the experts. All right, so there you have that. John, I find this to be an interesting number. So we're going to be talking a lot about AD versus Jokic and, what these guys are able to do in terms of defending each other and scoring on each other. So I've found these numbers. Jokic is shooting 64% from the field with Davis guarding him.
Okay.
Davis is shooting 63% from the field with Jokic as his primary defender. In other words, these guys have scored about the same rate, about the same percentage against each other in heads-up matchups when one is the primary defender on the other.
This is what I was talking about earlier. I think they're going to cancel each other out.
Yeah.
I think that means somebody else is probably going to decide the series, and because the next best player when you get past those two is LeBron, that's why I'm picking the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree. My concern is I think size, which we didn't have that concern in the last series, but Michael Porter Jr.'s bigger guy. Maybe Austin Reeves winds up on him. D'Lo on KCP. By the way, KCP had just a fantastic season. Fantastic season. LeBron,
the best 3-point shooting percentage of his career, 42%.
LeBron matches up with, I think, Gordon maybe, Vanderbilt on Murray. I mean, they're really interesting matchups, and this is going to be a chess match series, I think. It's going to be who can adjust, what adjustments do you make, and as the series gets deeper, who makes the right decisions, and who's got the better matchup. I wanted to throw this one thing out there, John. So I drove to the desert this weekend. We played Lars Nootbaar and his mom. I got to spend Mother's Day with my mom, which I'm unbelievably grateful for. She is, as I've said many times in the show, my best friend. So, and my Aunt Linda is cancer-free. We were all excited about that. She flew in from Altoona, Pennsylvania to celebrate that, and so it was a really cool weekend. But as I'm driving out to the desert, just past downtown, as you're driving east, there is a billboard that says this: "Hey, NCAA, give Reggie Bush his Heisman back." There's an actual billboard. Now, it doesn't say who's paying for the billboard. It doesn't say...
No, I read an article about this. There's one guy that feels really strongly about this, and he's paying for all the billboards, but I think he's barking up the wrong tree.
Okay.
I think, isn't it the Heisman Trust that would have to give him the trophy back?
It's a good question. One I don't fully know the answer to. I'm late to this story about the guy who's putting up billboards trying to get Reggie Bush's Heisman back. Is it the Heisman Trust? By the way,
I agree with whoever is putting up the billboards. I think
too.
Reggie should have his Heisman back.
Especially in the, his mom got a rental house in San Diego. Wow.
Look, come on. Let's have a moment of honesty here. If you think Reggie Bush is the first Heisman Trophy winner to get paid under the table, you're living in fantasy land. Guys got paid under the table for years.
Didn't Cam Newton's dad get a church?
Yeah. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. Reggie should get his Heisman back.
Isn't this a waste of money, though, from this guy?
Well, it is so hang on a second.
USC.
It is the NCAA. So
he's got money.
If the NCAA restores Reggie's statistics, his numbers and his records, then the Heisman Trophy Trust will reinstate the Heisman.
Okay,
so it really is up to the NCAA.
One has to be a precursor to the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bergman, where do you stand? Do you think Reggie should get his Heisman back?
Yes, he should absolutely have his Heisman back, 100%. But the guy is just wasting his money putting up billboards from something that happened.
Well, we're talking about it. We wouldn't have brought it up if he didn't.
Correct.
I get it, but why isn't he putting that money into NIL money that he could be giving to
How do you
people?
know he's not?
Well, because you're wasting some of it on this.
Well, these guys normally have a large amount of disposable income.
NCAA isn't coming like, oh, they talked about it on ESPN 710, so therefore we are going to give him his Heisman back.
It could be Rick Caruso putting the billboards up.
I don't think it is.
He owns everything. He owns the Grove.
I think he is a trustee, or maybe even the head of the trustees at USC. So it might be a conflict of interest.
I'd like to think Rick Caruso's the guy that's putting those billboards up. I'd like to think that.
Well, you can give him credit. I don't think he has anything to do with it.
Yeah,
I voted for him.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
There you go.
He paid for a lot of advertising. All right, coming up next for you, we are going to do some What's Up, Fool. It is brought to you by our friends Brian Cranston, Aaron Paul at Dos Hombres. That's coming up next, 7:10.
What does this mean to you? When you were here before, you didn't get a taste of the playoffs. You're getting one now. How different is this from the first time you were a Laker?
Oh, it's a beautiful feeling, honestly. Just to get the opportunity to rewrite my own little story, to get to play against some of my favorite players and play with some of my favorite players. It's just a beauty, man, to be out here.
When do you guys start thinking about Denver? You just let this one relax tonight?
Dang, already?
Already, that's right. Denver waiting for you. You know they've been writing it down, waiting for L.A.
For sure. We know it's going to be a huge one for us. We're going to enjoy this one. Our leaders, they're going to get their bodies right. We're going to come ready to play.
D'Angelo, 5 Lakers, including you, finished in double figures. 2 Warriors did. You guys never gave up the lead. They never led in this game. What was the key to this win tonight?
Man, it was a team effort, man. Anytime a guy got beat on the defensive end, there was a guy right there waiting. We were always in scramble mode, ready to rotate. Offensively, the ball found the open guy, and that's the most simplest formula you can have on offense. So when we moving like that as a unit on defense and on offense, being able to just get out and run, we're dangerous.
D'Lo, LeBron finished with 30 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists in 40.
Not bad for that young guy, man.
43 minutes, and he was 10 of 14. Does he still surprise you, even though you see him every day?
Man, I'm a fan, man. It's hard to not be in awe with this guy, man. You in training facility, practice facility, to the arena on the bus, playing. All that stuff's still crazy to me, man. So to be able to witness him and watch him just continue to do great things and write his legacy off, it's a beautiful feeling, man. It's really nice to see it.
.45 in the Southland. You know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's Up, Fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales, and Brian Cranston, of course. All right, so Joe Davis has been fantastic as the Dodgers play-by-play guy, like we've said 100 times before. But there's a report out that he is only going to do 90 games this year based on his national TV responsibilities.
That's not a report. That's accurate. The Dodgers actually confirmed that.
Right, so it's accurate.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with him doing just over half a season's worth of games?
But no, the reason he's doing that is he's got the same deal Mike Breen does with the Knicks. Mike Breen is the Knicks announcer, but he only does a limited amount of games because he has the national ABC gig. Same thing with Joe. Joe's limited because just because he's only going to do 90 games on Spectrum doesn't mean we won't get to hear Joe do some national games as well. So I'm Team Joe. I'm all for it.
I'm Team Joe. I just, the more Joe, the better is, I guess, my thinking. We are going to lose. I mean, Joe Davis is a guy that's, voice of the World Series. I would imagine sometime will come when he does a Super. I mean, he's like one of the great young broadcasters there is. So I don't know if long term he's going to be the guy that does more games than this. We do lose him to national stuff, and it's understandable and good for him. And he's one of the best there is right now. So I'll take as much Joe as we can get.
Great. So and we'll probably end up with Steven Nelson at some point, who's his fill-in, but. how long do you think we have with Joe? Because if he's doing all this other stuff, he's going to eventually.
Well, Joe Buck still did Cardinals games for years after he was named voice of Fox. So, I mean, it's up to Joe and how much he wants to work. Like, for example, Noah Eagle, who is a really good young broadcaster, is leaving the Clippers.
He is?
He is, because he got the national Big Ten games that he's going to do, I think, with Todd Blackledge. So he just didn't want to miss that many games, so he's out. It's really up to Joe. But I think Joe has a great relationship with the Dodgers, and I think they're going to work with him and use him for as many games as they can.
Geez, the Eagle family, man. Noah and Ian Eagle.
Yeah.
That's
good
crazy.
for them.
Yeah, good for them.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so there's a new show on Apple called Big Door Prize, and the concept is pretty interesting. It's a mysterious machine shows up in a small town, and the machine tells you your life's potential. It's not your destiny. It is just what your potential is. So would you use the machine to find out? And if you did, would you listen to it? Or if it said something like, John, right now you're the Lakers broadcaster and you're on Mason Island, but this machine told you that your life's potential was astronaut. Would you go after being an astronaut?
No. Yeah, I because of its potential isn't real. Potential is just something
potential's real. It just doesn't necessarily pay off all the time.
Well, but potential is it just means it hasn't happened. It means it potentially could happen. So I mean, Phil Jackson used to have a big thing about, he's a big Zen guy. Stay in the moment.
Yeah.
Don't be so working towards whatever you're working towards that you don't enjoy the journey. So I would not use the box. How about you guys?
I'd be curious to know what the box says. Whether I would act on it or not, I don't know. I mean, there are other jobs I've thought I would be really good at that I would be, that might come out of the magic door or whatever the hell that thing's called, the magic door prize. Magic box.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would listen to it, but it would depend. Like if it said
politician,
I'd immediately sign up.
You'd immediately sign up. So you would stop doing all of this.
Just walk away. If it said I was going to win.
Well, it doesn't say you're going to win. It says your potential is that the highest you can get is as a politician.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think I want to get in that
I think it would
game.
be limiting.
Yeah,
it'd be like, then it could be disappointing.
Like
I like a sea of possibilities.
Like I always think the job I'm best suited for is paramedic. I always thought I would be a really good paramedic because I'm good in a crisis. I'm very calm.
Why am I laughing?
Yeah.
John, do you know why I'm laughing when he says good in a crisis?
I don't see it, but I'm glad you have the confidence that you could do it.
I do.
Remember,
I am good in a crisis.
So the last time we were in a semi-crisis, there was a big gust of wind at our golf tournament.
Right.
And you ran away
so
fast.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Run away. You were like George Costanza running out of the apartment.
I would like to ask a question. Who's smarter, the guys that stood there with the big scrim flying around, the big sign, or the guy that ran away? The guy that ran away was the right call.
We were on the air. But a paramedic would have stood in.
Away.
A paramedic would have stood in.
No, he just stepped in afterwards after you had a sign over your head.
Yeah, I'm with Greg.
Yeah, I would be an excellent paramedic.
It was the most amazing thing ever.
If
I was dying on the side of the road and you showed up as a paramedic, I would just go, I'm good.
No, I'm telling you, I am.
I'm bleeding out. No, I'm fine.
Let me bleed out.
You guys laugh, but I'm telling you, I am super calm in a crisis. We've
seen.
I've been in crises before, and I'm super calm, holding it together.
Yeah, when you broke your ankle, the video it shows you're calm. You're like whatever. Yeah, I can see.
Thank you, Jorge.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. After I shattered my foot, I was very, very
and
calm.
And both Ray Allen and I diagnosed you with just a sprain.
Smart. Yeah, you can't be a paramedic.
I have no interest in being a paramedic.
What's up, Foo?
What's up, Foo? Okay, so Taylor Swift is going viral for a video where she's caught yelling at a security guard who was harassing, concert goers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the concert goers saying that security is very strict, especially because they're trying to keep the aisles clear. And this is what it sounds like.
Baby, now we got bad blood. She wasn't doing anything.
So you hear her saying stop, yelling at security guard.
Right.
You guys have an issue with artists stopping.
Wait a second, back up a second. So she was lip syncing?
She's not lip syncing. She's singing to a track.
Going.
How many times do I have to tell you?
That was my second
She's
question.
singing to a track. That's what every performer does.
So people are paying thousands of dollars for
Yes.
these tickets. So do you have an issue with her lip syncing, or do you have an issue with her stopping the concert to tell security guards to stop harassing?
Well,
the
first of all, I think I watched the
customers?
video. I think she gets credit for trying to stop the security guys because apparently they were roughing up fans and it wasn't necessary. As for the other thing, I'm telling you, every modern artist sings to a track. It's just the way it
Springsteen
goes
doesn't.
in life. Springsteen is an old school performer from the
Rolling
70s
Stones
and
don't.
80s. Again, from the 70s.
You're telling me every modern singer is lip syncing?
Most modern acts
Adam Levine
are
from
singing,
Maroon 5 is
most
lip syncing?
modern acts are singing to a track.
Listen to it again.
Baby, now we got bad blood. She wasn't doing anything. Used to be bad blood. Hey,
Yeah, she's clearly.
Well, she's singing to a track.
Yeah,
this is what performers do. They
So
sing
people
to
are paying
a track.
$1,000 to see a what do you call it? A track? What kind
Concert?
of track? Yeah.
Wait
No,
a minute. You're
Backing
telling me
track.
Backing
Justin Timberlake doesn't sing. He's singing to a
I
track.
guarantee you there are times in his show, especially when he's dancing, where he's singing to a track. Yes.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I can tell you it's absolutely true based on all of my experience and research.
Yes, because I know you've done a deep dive on this.
I like how you hide away like, yeah, right.
I knew when I was saying it sounded stupid. All my experience and research.
Man.
So somebody explain.
I think
that
we
to me.
now know that she sings to a track, but I don't think everybody does it.
I think most modern performers sing to a track.
What's up, fool?
Research.
And experience.
Exactly.
Researching calm in a crisis.
Yes, and calm in a research, experience, and calm in a crisis.
Yeah, this is all very true things that are happening today. All right,
Yes.
so I posted a picture on Twitter and Instagram of me, my mom, my brother, and my niece. We had a good picture. We were all sticking out our tongue. It was really cute.
Yeah, it's a very cute picture.
A lot of the comments though are about my mom. Some, and they're all very nice. They say she
I
looks
just
so
looked at
young.
this. I like this picture.
Yeah, it's a cute
I
picture.
have two observations.
Okay, well,
Your mom looks very young.
that's exactly what
Yes.
most people say. Your mom looks so young, and then I get a lot of your mom is hot.
Yeah.
I don't know how to react to people calling my
I
mom
think you-
hot.
I think you take it. I think Jan would take it as a compliment.
Of
if you
course
asked
she
her.
would.
I think. Have you told?
I
Jan
told
that a
her
lot of
that
people
there's a
think
whole
she's
bunch of
hot?
Greg, you have
people-
a very attractive family.
Thank you.
You're the ugliest of the four, but you're still a good-looking
No,
guy.
I'm better looking than my brother. I'm better looking than my brother.
Well, it's hard to tell because you're all goofing, but
Yeah.
yeah, you guys have a very attractive.
Yeah, no, I would take that as a compliment. Your mom. First of all, you told me her age today. Am I allowed to say it?
I love how your niece is sticking her tongue out. And all you guys.
Well, that's why we were doing it, because she
Clowning
does. She
her.
sticks her tongue out now.
So your mom is 70. you
Jan
told me
looks
today.
good.
And
Yeah.
she looks fantastic.
Yep.
And
so
she
I,
has fun pants, which I applaud.
So I would take that. I would take Mama Fun Pants and say, happy,
Mama Fun.
Mama Fun Pants looks great.
No, I think that's great. She does look great, and she's a very beautiful woman. I just don't know, like, when people say your mom's hot, what are you supposed to say
No,
back?
I think you can take that as a compliment.
Right, what am I supposed to say? You don't say thank you. That feels weird.
No, don't say anything.
You just say
But-
nothing.
But tell Jan. Just say.
Oh, I told her.
Tell Mama Fun Pants.
Mama Fun Pants. I told her, where is she? I told her that everyone said how she looks so young you look. And she said, thank you.
That's a
It
good
was
question,
fun.
Mason.
Yeah.
You think Adele sings to a track?
She is a vocalist.
You
she's
said
in a
every
different-
modern artist sings to a track.
I said
She's like
most,
30.
Most modern artists sing to a track.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Her whole thing is her voice. So no, she does have backup singers. Adele does, and they do sometimes sing the chorus of her stuff. But again, based on my research and experience,
Yeah, right.
most modern artists sing to a track.
Not buying it.
What's up, fool?
All right, so some guy on Twitter put out this question, and I was curious what you guys think.
Okay.
What are you really, really bad at? Like, hilariously bad at it?
All right, this is easy for me. Directions. I have no sense of direction. I have to, if I'm driving anywhere or even walking anywhere, you have to give me very specific directions because if I go on feel, I'm so bad. And unfortunately, I married someone with the same condition. Lisa's the same way. So we have to have everything map-quested or given to us or we're getting lost. I have zero sense of direction.
So rephrase the question, Greg.
What are you really, really bad at? Like, hilariously bad at it?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, jeez. God, you're fully lying today.
No,
Where's the
Mason's
fan?
is anything athletic. He is the most
No,
uncoordinated,
actually,
unathletic person I know.
Worse than this is my ability to fix anything. I can't fix a damn thing.
You
something
need
breaks,
a full-time handyman like me?
I need somebody, and we don't have a handyman right now, so stuff just. I mean, the dog door needs replaced. I don't. Need somebody to replace my dog.
Give Jorge $200. He'll drive over and fix it.
$200. You'll fix the dog door.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm
Couple
terrible
hinges.
at fixing anything. That would be my answer.
Jorge, what are you bad at?
Cooking.
No, you're good at cooking.
No, baking. Out of all those things, baking, I just can't get it.
Cooking is one thing. Baking is really
Baking is a
hard.
different thing.
Yeah, totally
Yeah,
different.
decorating,
animal.
the whole thing, baking is just one of those I can't really get down.
Yeah. Bergman, what about you?
I mean, a lot of things, but probably the worst sports video games. I'm terrible at all of them. Any of the NBA 2K games, any of FIFA.
Well, you would be me because I've never played any of them.
Yeah. Maybe. It would be very close. I bet you would still beat me.
I would bet on you, and I would try my hardest.
I'm so bad. I like video games, and I play a decent amount of them, but I cannot play sports video games to save my life, and I can't figure out why.
What's up, fool?
All right, that was fun. So this got sent to me. Carlos sent this to me, actually. It's from ABC 7 Eyewitness News, and it says, Fast Cash. How does earning $1,000 to binge watch movies sound? A financial website is offering.
This is perfect for you.
A financial website is offering the prize to one person who can devote 2 weeks to viewing more than 20 hours of the Fast and the Furious film saga. Are you in or you out on $1,000 to watch all of Fast and Furious straight without stopping?
I think I've seen them all already.
I think it would be fun, but I would leave out Tokyo Drift.
No, you have to
because
watch
it-
them all.
No, Tokyo Drift has the hottest girl in it.
Tokyo Drift is not. I don't view that as part of the Fast and Furious franchise.
One of you, the last 6 or 3, it just went somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I would watch 1, 2, and 4 through 9. I just wouldn't watch 3.
Yeah, but you can't skip
Why?
it. It's $1,000 to watch all of them.
I'd sit through Tokyo Drift. I
Tokyo
guess.
Drift is fine. It's actually a pretty decent
but it's
movie.
it's not a Fast and Furious the
Why?
way the others are Fast and Furious.
Why?
It's the one that doesn't belong.
Well, there's one guy, I forget what his name is, but he's in all of them.
Yeah,
He's in
none
it.
of the regular people. There's
one regular
guy.
person.
I
There's
think-
one regular.
I think Vin Diesel shows up.
Vin Diesel, I think, is in all of them.
Yeah, but he's the only one because Vin Diesel's the only one from Fast and
He has
Furious
a very
in
quick
Tokyo
hit
Drift.
at the end of Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Guy name is Sung Kang, I believe.
Yeah, he's the guy that gets killed in Tokyo Drift and somehow magically reappears in the next
They
one.
found the Dragon Balls and brought them back.
No, that's the way things go in the Fast and Furious, which comes out, I think, next Friday.
Really?
Yeah, next Friday's.
John,
Fast-
for $1,000
Fast
would you watch the Marvel ones? All of them.
All of them in a row without
How many
stopping.
are there?
Oh, gosh.
T-
Well, there's like...
Could I do it all in one day?
no.
No, this guy's
no.
offering weeks. You do it in weeks, in 2 weeks.
Yeah. 10
I don't-
movies.
I don't think I could do it.
10 movies times 2.5 hours.
There are a lot of bad Marvel movies, so... you
Yeah,
don't
there
wanna do
are
that.
some shaky. I would
There
think.
was that one with
31 movies.
There was that one with Sophie Turner that nobody liked.
I would say if you went
Which one was that?
Avengers, what came before Endgame? Avengers,
Well, it's Infinity War.
Infinity War, and then Avengers
Endgame.
Endgame. That's a good little arc to watch
Yeah.
for John.
That's good.
That's Marvel beginner's course.
Yeah, zero interest.
Wait, but do you have to watch anything in between those movies, or that you can start there?
No, you start there.
Can
can
I
start
watch
there.
Vanderpump in between the
You certainly can. You can
Absolutely.
watch Vanderpump anytime you want. I know that, for example, Juan has Vanderpump on all the time now. Something because of something called Scandival.
Yeah, tell Juan, and I'm very upset over this, that Pump is closing.
Oh, I will mention to him. But I think he probably already knows.
Yeah.
He knows that world really well.
Sir is still open, but Pump is closed.
But what is Scandival exactly?
All right, so Tom Sandoval.
Yeah.
These shows are all about young, hot people that work at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurants.
That work, in air quotes.
Yeah. Now they're just basically TV reality people.
Correct.
So Sandoval's one of the original guys, and he, for the whole time, has been dating a girl named Ariana through the entire run.
Okay.
Like 10 years of Vanderpump Rules-related content. Tom and Ariana have been living together, and there's a young girl named Raquel who
Okay.
was dating DJ James Kennedy.
Okay.
And they broke up, and it came out, I'm giving you the long version of this, but it came out in the last 2 months that Sandoval has been having an affair with Raquel the entire time.
trying to get.
So that is scandal.
Yeah, that's scandal.
And now it's all the relationships are fractured, and people are taking sides, and there's only 2 episodes. There may only be 1 episode left, and the what's going to hit the fan next week.
Do you like the music that goes along with it?
It's appropriate. Let me just put it that way.
It is a circus over there.
Very much a circus.
At the Vanderpump. I really would make an argument with Andy Cohen that you should be the bartender one night on Watch What Happens Live.
So Trudell and I went. Ben Lyons had an inn.
Yes.
And Trudell and I went to Watch What Happens Live, and Andy Cohen did a Q&A before the show started.
Yep.
And I may or may not have asked like the first 3 questions in the Q&A.
Oh wow. Yeah,
I was quite into it.
You're committed. Yeah, no. Somebody said to me. Somebody asked me if I could get him in to watch What Happens Live, and I'm like, I have no idea why you would ask me that. And they said, well, Andy Cohen's gay. I figured you could get him. we're all in one club.
What's up, fool?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you
fool?
still want to hook that person up?
Yes.
I might be able to help you.
Okay, good. All right,
Talk
coming
to
up,
me off the air, as they say.
Excellent, I will. Coming up next for you, we're digging into Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow night in Denver. That's where Ireland is right now. Plus, the guy who destroyed the Dodgers has got a new project, and we all may love him in a few years. That's coming up. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Like that? Tell the people that phony water is back.
LA area.
Tell the people that phony water is back.
LA area.
Tell the people that phony water is back.
LA area.
Tell the people that phony water is back.
LA area.
Well, Michael, I promised the Lakers won this game and gave us Mother's Day off. That in honor of Mother's Day, I would tell a Yo Mama joke. Are you ready?
Better be a good one.
All right, you can be the judge. Yo Mama is so silly that she spent 5 hours staring at a glass of orange juice because it said concentrate on the package.
Oh, I like that. Yo Mama is so old that when she went to the Grand Canyon, it was a ditch. How about that one?
ESPN 710 Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon.
Series over. Lakers winning.
Here we go. Hopefully you're having a beautiful Monday. So far it is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We react to the Lakers closing out the Warriors on Friday night in 6 games and get ready for Game 1. The Western Conference Finals, Lakers-Nuggets, a rematch of 2020 tomorrow night. Meanwhile, there's a lot of great Ireland calls we can play from Friday night, like this one.
Air ball grabbed by DiVincenzo, blocked by AD. Austin Reeves has got it. 50-footer. Good! Austin Reeves, a 50-foot three, and the Lakers lead by 10 at the break.
But we also need to play this. when John Ireland delivered a Yo Mama joke during the Lakers broadcast.
Well, Michael, I promised you, if the Lakers won this game and gave us Mother's Day off, that in honor of Mother's Day, I would tell a Yo Mama joke. Are you ready?
Better be a good one.
All right, you can be the judge. Yo Mama is so silly that she spent 5 hours staring at a glass of orange juice because it said concentrate on the package.
Oh, I like that.
Who would have ever thought Johnny I, a king of bits? Let's get to it. Mason and Ireland, a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday right now.
3 o'clock. Who would have expected John Ireland king of bits? John Ireland is king of bits.
Well, our show is the king of bits,
Yeah.
which it astounds me that we're Morales' least favorite show. You know, his favorite show is Sedano and Cap.
Yes.
And then his second favorite show is Travis and Slee. And we're the ones doing all the bits.
Yeah, and he loves bits.
Yeah,
Why do you
hey, they're not getting naked and running down the hall. They're
That's
not
correct.
showing up in a bunny suit.
Exactly.
They're not wearing rompums. Come on.
Yeah.
He
Why
loves
is
the show.
Morales? No, Morales doesn't like our show.
He does.
He doesn't.
He just doesn't want to admit it. You're hardest on the ones you love the most.
You're hardest on the ones you love the most. Okay.
Good afternoon, Chris.
Yeah, good afternoon.
By the way,
wherever you
I
are.
have some breaking news for you.
All right.
It's all right. I have I guess it's an Instagram DM from Samantha Duenas.
Oh, is she the Lakers in 5 girl?
Yes, she's the Lakers in 5 girl, and she said, "Hey,
Lakers
Greg."
in
I
5.
asked her if she would
Little.
come on. She said, "Hey,
Lakers
Greg,
in 5.
sure
Lakers
thing.
in
What
5.
daytime are you
Lakers in
thinking?
5.
Where's the studio
Little.
located? We can have her on the phone.
Yeah, just the phone. We
Yeah,
don't
it's
need
fine.
Fine,
to-
fine.
What
You don't have to make her
day?
come in. But yeah, we'll get her on the phone. Get her on the phone tomorrow for game 1.
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's right.
What time
well,
you
no,
wanna
we'll
do?
get a short show tomorrow, right?
do,
Maybe
yeah.
Wednesday.
Well, we only have an hour and a half show. So what time would you want her tomorrow?
Do you want to do Wednesday, mate,
Wednesday
since
we
we
got
have a full show Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it Wednesday.
Tell me the time.
Okay.
We're doing this on the air.
It's
Peek
do it
behind
at-
the curtain.
Okay, we'll do it at 2:30.
2:30.
Yeah, that's the first number that popped into my head.
Does that work for you, John?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
There you go.
Six! I meant 6! Lakers in 6!
She did later correct herself. That's right.
God bless her.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. All right, so I found something interesting, John, as we get ready for this series. I think we have to assume, because he's done it all year long and everybody's known, and he's done it for the last few years, and he's got a couple of MVP awards to show for it, Jokic is going to get his. He's probably going to have multiple triple-doubles in this series, no matter what the Lakers do. Do you agree?
I agree. Great player.
So I've got...
They asked Darvin Ham, what's the best way to defend Jokic? And he said, go to his house, kidnap him, and make sure he doesn't show up for the game.
That's good. It's a good plan.
Don't think that'll work.
No. So, AD versus Jokic. I pulled these numbers.
Okay. 20 games. So it's a decent sample size. They've played head-to-head 20 times.
So, when guarded by Anthony Davis on 119 possessions during this regular season, 119 possessions this regular season, Davis guarding Jokic. Jokic made 16 of 25, including 15 of 18 inside the three-point arc. And he only had 3 turnovers. So that just speaks to how good Jokic is and how the Lakers have to do whatever they can to neutralize. But I would argue you don't double cover Jokic. You lock up the other guys as much as possible.
Completely agree with you.
Especially given Jokic is one of the greatest big man passers of all time, I think.
Michael says he's the best passing big man ever. Like there's never been a 7-foot passer as good as him. So, and he doesn't care. This is one of the best things about him. He doesn't care whether or not he's the one that scores. He would much rather set somebody else up. LeBron's got a lot of that in him too.
Yeah,
but,
sure he does.
I think that's why Jokic is so dangerous. If you do double, and I don't think you have to if you have Anthony Davis guarding him.
No.
But you just want to make it hard on him. He's going to score. But if you do double, he'll find the open man and make you pay for it.
Yes.
So I think everybody should stay home.
Yeah, I think there's no question about that. And the other thing is, I think one of the things to watch in this series is Jared Vanderbilt, I think, is going to be very, very important on Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray can definitely light it up. I know Jared Vanderbilt doesn't bring a great deal to the table in terms of offense, but he's a very, very good defender, a plus defender. And against Murray, I think he can do he's able to slow him down again. I think he'll get his points, but I think they can slow him down with Vanderbilt on Murray.
I wouldn't automatically assume Vanderbilt's going to be guarding Murray. I think Vanderbilt may have to guard Porter, but we'll see tomorrow how they match up. If you put Vanderbilt on Murray, who guards Porter?
You're down to
because I think LeBron has to guard Aaron Gordon.
Here's the way I think it's AD Jokic, Vanderbilt Murray, LeBron and Aaron Gordon, D'Lo on KCP, and Austin on Michael Porter Jr., and that's a really tough cover right there.
Right. So then if you slide Vanderbilt over to guard Michael Porter, then you're going to have to put either – Reeves could try and guard Murray. Reeves is a good defender.
Yeah.
But we'll see how they line up tomorrow. And again, he started Dennis Schroeder in the last game and brought Vanderbilt off the bench. So theoretically, Schroeder's a really good defender. You put Schroeder on Jamal Murray, and then I think then if you do that, then D'Lo has to guard KCP and Austin has to guard Porter. So they've got some options.
Yeah. So I wanted to do this story. I've been sitting on this a while. I think you may have sent it. I sent it. So you remember the least favorite owner in the history of the Los Angeles Dodgers was Frank McCourt.
Just misunderstood, but go ahead.
So he took the team.
I'm kidding, by the way.
Took the team into bankruptcy and supposedly stole $180 million for his personal use and ended up keeping the parking lots. And so every time you go to Dodger Stadium, you're still paying Frank McCourt, which is just awful. So he's invented this thing. Or I guess he didn't invent it, but he's the driving force behind what's called the Gondola, which would go from Union Station to Dodger Stadium in 7 minutes. The cost is estimated at $300 million and is expected to rise. But now all these environmental folks are getting behind it. And once again, Frank McCourt may be inventing something that he's going to make money off of that he didn't have to pay for in the first place. I mean, is that not amazing?
Yeah, but I don't care. If the gondola makes my life easier, I don't care who gets the money. I'll take the gondola.
I'm assuming this is like when you go to Disneyland and they've got the cars going over the...
Right.
Like it's like that, but to Dodger Stadium?
Yeah. And so the biggest problem Dodger Stadium has is getting out of the parking lot after games.
No question, yes.
So if this gondola is a quicker way, if this gondola will basically drop me off at LA Live and I can just keep my car there...
Yes.
I would go to a lot more Dodger games.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're targeting. And I don't care if Frank McCourt gets the money. I just care about a better experience and not having to stay there till midnight if I stay for the whole game.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. He's going to get naming rights on the gondola. Like in London, they sold the naming rights for $60 million a year for this, and it sold to Emirates. So it's the Emirates airline that carries people across the river in London. Currently, people are paying $7.50 per person to go across. So it's potentially Frank McCourt making a whole bunch of money for naming rights and then a whole bunch of money every time you take the gondola.
Right. So are you talking like you might take a stand and not take the gondola because Frank McCourt would get the money?
No, I think the gondola is good for environment. I just think it's amazing that this guy who was so loathed in this city is now going to play this integral a role in the way we get to and from Dodger Stadium. I think it's the parking issue is a real issue at Dodger Stadium, and if this helps, this helps. It bugs me that it's Frank McCourt who's going to benefit from the entire damn thing.
Well, here's the thing. Frank McCourt, as much as he has been maligned, and he was arguably the worst owner in
and
LA
stole
sports
$180
history.
million.
Well, actually, okay, if you had a...
Donald Sterling is one.
Yeah. He's ahead of McCourt?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So it's Sterling 1, McCourt 2.
Yes, correct. I think that's the right order.
But he's not stupid. He took Jamie to the cleaners in that divorce. Do you remember she hired David Boies, who's got the reputation of being the best attorney in the country?
Sure.
And Frank was able to basically pay Jamie off a small amount of money and keep the Dodgers, and then he sold the Dodgers for $2 billion. So Frank's never been bad at making money.
No, he has not.
He's just been bad at spending it.
Yeah. He's going to do well on this deal if it happens. All right. John loves the Live Golf Tour, and you generally believe good for golf, right?
Yeah.
So the question
Good
is,
for golfers.
How's it doing ratings-wise? I've got that story coming up for you, plus more of getting ready for Game 1, Lakers versus Nuggets, tomorrow night in Denver. You'll hear the game right here on 710 ESPN, 4 o'clock pre, 5:30 tip. Remember, all the tips are moving to 5:30 now, which is awesome. I love the early tips. Game 1 is tomorrow night. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You to spend all afternoon with us. All your Lakers talk right here. Keep checking back. And don't forget what's still on tap today. We've got Super Crosstalk at 3:55 p.m. with Shitado and Cappy joining Mason and Ireland. Then Shitado and Cap have your afternoon drive until 7. Tonight at 7 o'clock, a very special Playoff Sliwa edition before he heads to Denver of Lakers Talk.
Playoff Sliwa?
So don't touch the volume. Not on this Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
You know, I don't normally say it, but happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Whoa.
Hashtag blessed.
We're getting ready for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. We are hashtag blessed, officially. Normally I don't say that kind of stuff. But, by the way, John, I don't think we've highlighted enough the fact that you paid off what I think was a very difficult bet during the Lakers win on Friday night.
It would have been more difficult if the game was close.
Right.
If the game was close, I don't think I could have pulled it off. But the Lakers were blowing the Warriors out, and so with about 3 minutes to go, both teams had emptied the bench, and I got the Yo Mama joke in. Well, Michael, I promised you if the Lakers won this game and gave us Mother's Day off, that in honor of Mother's Day, I would tell a Yo Mama joke. Are you ready?
Better be a good one.
All right, you can be the judge. Yo Mama is so silly that she spent 5 hours staring at a glass of orange juice because it said concentrate on the package.
Oh, I like that. Yo Mama is so old that when she went to the Grand Canyon, it was a ditch. How about that one?
Oh, that's awesome.
We have instituted a laugh track.
That is awesome. Not even a necessary laugh track. That was funny in and of itself. All right, so thank you very much. I hate laugh tracks. I could never watch a show with a laugh track. Could you?
You watched many shows with laugh tracks.
No. I'm saying
Back in
in
the
modern day, like I could never
that's
watch.
a good question. Do modern day shows use laugh tracks? I don't think Curb does.
No, Curb does not. Even like Abbott Elementary does not.
You watch a show called The Goldbergs.
I do watch the Goldbergs. They do have a laugh track. You're
They
right.
do.
The Goldbergs is really unbelievably funny.
The thing was, like, the laugh track, like Big Bang Theory used the laugh track,
Yes.
but it was during times that weren't funny. So
Right.
Well, a lot of shows did that. Like if you go back to like Happy Days or Good Times, those shows all use laugh tracks.
Yeah.
In front of a live audience, remember the guy holding the sign, laugh? People
Oh, yeah, laugh. Yeah, we should make our own laugh track.
Well, you need it.
One time I went to a Seinfeld taping.
Screw you. Really? Seinfeld doesn't have a laugh track, or does it?
Well, I was just going to say, one time I went to a Seinfeld taping, and there was a laugh track that they showed us an episode that had been shot entirely outside, like there were no scenes in Jerry's apartment.
Right.
Before we watched the taping of the show, we were going to be there.
Yep.
And the way they explained it was, we need a laugh track for that show, for the show that was shot outside. So we were the laugh track for two shows. One that was shot outside and then the one we watched.
Yeah.
So I think they used actual live studio audiences.
My mom and dad came out one time years and years ago when I was living out here, and they were still living in Toledo. And they said, we want to see a TV show. I said, okay, pick whatever show you want, and we'll go to see it. My mom and dad picked Wings. I'm like, of all the shows.
I liked Wings.
Wings? But who goes? And then you're not supposed to leave. It takes about 4 hours. You're not supposed to leave.
I got a story
My
about
dad
that.
raises his hand and says, I've got to go. I'm not feeling well. So we left the Wings taping.
So, I'm a gigantic Seinfeld fan.
Yes, yeah, clearly.
So the time we went, we were told we had great seats. I'd set it up through somebody at NBC.
Yep.
Lisa and I went. We're in the second row. They told us to be there at 7. We were the first people to leave, and we left at 12:30.
Whoa!
It took forever.
Yeah.
And so here's what I would tell people: if you get the call that Mace you got,
Wings,
and you have somebody coming in from out of town.
Yep.
It's going to be harder to do because I don't know if there are any late. No, Kimmel. Yeah, take him to
Jimmy
Kimmel.
Kimmel's good because it happens in real time.
Correct. You're there for an hour and a half, and then you're out. But if you go to a taping of any other show, like an actual comedy show, it's 5-6 hours
Forever.
minimum.
All right, speaking of TV, and speaking of the Goldbergs, actually, John, the Live Tour is this other tour that's competing with the PGA Championship, or the PGA Tour. And by the way, there's a major this week, right, too?
Coming up, yeah. It's
in Rochester, New York.
It's the PGA, right?
Yeah, the PGA, yeah. So this is from Awful Announcing. How well is Live Golf doing on the CW? Stations across the country cut away at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time to regularly scheduled programming from Sunday's final round with 4 holes to go. In Miami, the local CW station started airing a syndicated episode of The Goldbergs. There is, I just don't think there is enough interest in the Live Tour. I mean, obviously there's enough money in the Live Tour to sustain it. But I just don't know that it ever cracks the consciousness the way other upstart sports have. I can't imagine that Live is going to be a thing, at least in terms of public consciousness.
I disagree with you, and here's why. They've got too many great players. Like that playoff that they didn't show had Brooks Koepka and Cameron Smith in it, who are both top 10 golfers.
But doesn't it say everything that they didn't even bother to show it?
Oh, they have a terrible TV deal. But the way I think it's going to end is I think Greg Norman has to go because he's been a lightning rod and he's in charge of Live. But I think once Greg goes, I think much like if you study the history of sports leagues, there was once upon a time where the AFC and the NFC were the AFL and the NFL, and they were competing leagues. And then finally they just had so many good players in both leagues that they had to merge. These guys will merge within the next 10 years. I don't know.
Oh, within the next 10? Well, yeah, maybe in a decade they'll merge.
Well, sometime it could be in 2 years, but I'm just saying within the next 10 years, there's too many great – because all these guys, you mentioned there's a major coming up. All these guys are playing in the majors. So when the Live guys win majors, then it's going to draw more attention to Live. They'll get a better
But
TV
isn't
deal.
John Rahm going to win all the majors?
No.
You don't think?
No.
Didn't he already? By the way, I don't know anything about golf, but I heard Matt Berry say on SportsCenter today that John Rahm has won more money already than anybody's won in a year. Is that possible?
I don't think so. Scotty Scheffler's had a really good year too, but John Rahm is leading. He's number one on the money list, and he's a great player. I guess he could win the Grand Slam. I don't think anybody's done it since Tiger.
So you're saying the PGA Tour and the Live are going to just combine again?
Yep.
And become the PGA Tour all over again?
And just become the PGA Tour?
Well, then isn't it just the PGA Tour?
I don't know if they'll call it the PGA Tour, but all those guys are going to play together 4 times a year at the majors.
Right.
And when they do, it's going to be people are going to demand more than that.
But isn't the whole point of the Live is because they got like millions of dollars to go over there, and the prize money isn't even all that much?
Well, the prize
money kind of doesn't matter because they're being paid appearance fees. I think that's the flaw in this whole Live concept is you're getting your money no matter what, and you're getting millions and millions and millions of dollars. So what is your competitive reason for trying to win or do whatever you can to win? You're getting your money anyway.
Right. And somebody just sent me a tweet, and I should work this through. Are the Live golfers going to be playing in the PGA because it's a PGA tournament? I don't know.
But they're allowed to. I mean, they played in the Masters, aren't they?
Yeah,
allowed
but that's
to play
not a
in the
PGA
majors?
event.
Oh.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it says, I just looked it up. 18 golfers, Live golfers are playing in the PGA.
Okay, 18 players are allowed to play. You okay there?
Yeah, I just had to get something to drink.
All right. Let me see. There was one other thing I wanted to get to. Oh, yeah. So, John, Monty Williams fired as the coach of the Suns over the weekend.
Another good coach fired.
That is 3 of the NBA's last 5 Coach of the Year winners, including Williams, and 3 of the past 4 coaches to win it all have all lost those jobs.
I think it's gotten to the point that coaches, it's kind of heading towards what baseball managers are. Like, you guys are both huge baseball fans.
Yes.
You and Greg.
Yes.
I could give you 5 teams that you couldn't tell me the managers of.
Correct.
In
Absolutely.
the NFL, you guys could tell me the coach of every team.
No.
There's
You don't think
probably
so?
a couple I might scuffle with, yeah.
I mean, they change it every year. They change so often.
Once the season starts going, yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So,
like, who's the coach of the Colts?
Frank Reich just left, and they hired the guy from Philadelphia that wants
Shane
to sue him.
Steichen?
Yeah,
Shane-
that guy.
Yeah, I've
But
no
yeah,
idea.
like
It was
the
just
coach
random,
Steichen, I
you know?
think.
Or is that the guy in Arizona? I don't know. Yeah, so maybe it is. It has gone league wide, but I don't like. There's a lot of good coaches out of work.
Right.
Frank Vogel, Nick Nurse, Monty Williams. I think coaches are getting blamed for way too many things that aren't their fault.
See,
but these owners are impetuous.
See, I don't even think it's that. I think players are saying, I'm done with him.
Right.
I mean, there's no way they didn't go to Kevin Durant and talk about Monty Williams before they fired Monty Williams. Players have all the control. It's a players league, and to a great degree, superstars determine who they're going to play for.
Right. And so, like, there's a couple of coaches that I think could survive players going to the GM and saying we want a new coach. I don't think they'd fire Steve Kerr.
No.
I don't think they'd fire Popovich.
No.
But is
Spoelstra.
Yeah. Those 3, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I mean, we're going to find out about Doc here pretty quick. I just think it's a tough way to make a living. Somebody's going to take the fall, and it's just easier to fire the coach.
Yeah.
Than it is to blow up the whole team.
And I was glad to see Durant lose. I'll be honest.
Why?
He destroyed it for. First of all, he put together a team in Brooklyn, drew everybody there, ended up cratering that sucker, trying to pick his best shot to get to the finals after he blew up one franchise. I was glad to see him not get there. I just don't. There's a difference between the ability for players to move, which I am completely in support of, and players putting together a team, then blowing it up, then going somewhere else that you think might have a shot. See, to me, there's a difference between that and just calling your shot and saying, I want to go to a different team. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
I just think it's a terrible look for Kevin Durant.
Players have an unusual amount of control in the NBA because one player can change the whole thing. But I'm not so sure. I'll have to ask. I'm not so sure how much input LeBron and AD had with Darvin. I think Rob went out and found Darvin.
Wait a minute. All we talk about is their partners.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Rob went out and found Darvin and then took him to LeBron and AD and said, what do you guys think? But like in Phoenix, what they need to be worried about is that Matt Ishbia, the new owner, is extremely tight with Isaiah Thomas. So I think Isaiah Thomas is going to be involved in some way. I don't know if he'll be the coach. He's had terrible runs as a coach.
Yeah.
But and he got sued when he ran the Knicks and lost $12 million.
Right.
But I think Ishbia Isaiah Thomas has been sitting right next to Ishbia near the bench, and I just can't believe he's not going to be involved in some way.
Yeah, I mean, there's also probably an element of there's probably an element of Ishbia wanting his own coach.
Oh, that's the biggest element,
yeah.
I think.
I love by the way, we're on YouTube. I don't really feel like I'm camera ready today, but we are on YouTube. And it's brought to you by joinlafd.org. The City of Los Angeles Fire Department is hiring. Joinlafd.org. I love the ongoing commentary on the YouTube, like this. Mace wishing failure in others. How kind of him. On that pedestal, somebody says.
When did you wish failure on others?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just don't like KD.
I've always liked KD.
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like him. All right, coming up next for you. Does pronunciation count on Jeopardy, John?
I'm glad we're getting to this. This is great.
Apparently it does to Mayim Bialik. We will do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 7.
Mason and Ireland more at 1 p.m. And it is Mason and Ireland on Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Of course, tomorrow, the big day, a Lakers game day. As we get ready for the Western Conference Finals. Game 1 up in Denver. Slee's going to be in Denver. John Ireland will be in Denver. And guess what? Tomorrow at this time, 2:30 p.m., we present to you Super Playoff Crosstalk. Shitado and Cap join Mace. That's right. It's like a playoff threesome until 4 p.m. Don't miss that tomorrow, 2:30 to 4 p.m. Right now, don't miss more Mason and Ireland, your Monday on 710.
No idea why people mock my elephant impression.
It sounds like a sick dog. But we did play. Who did we play it for? And they got it right away.
Jacob Ramrani.
Oh yeah.
Right away. Elephant. Smartest guy in town.
Lakers in 5, you little. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. You little.
We think we're gonna get that girl on Wednesday.
Not that we think.
Lakers in 6. You little.
She is going to come on. She's going to come on Wednesday at 2:30, and she has a little baby named Daisy, and says that the Daisy says Lakers in 5, you little babies.
You little babies.
Okay.
There you go. So
Good to
she's
know.
coming on Wednesday. All right, so John, you set up this Jeopardy thing. Maya Bialik had an issue.
Okay, so I never knew this much. I don't watch Jeopardy like regularly.
I do not either.
So I didn't know.
Not smart
I
enough.
thought that back in the days when I used to watch Alex Trebek, I thought he was a little more lenient than Mayim Bialik is in this clip we're going to play for you. But so she asks a question, and all three contestants know the answer.
Right.
But she doesn't award them the money because she claims all three mispronounce the name. But I'm not convinced. She's trying to get him to say Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn.
Okay?
Yeah.
But this is how it plays out.
An author and former prisoner. Socialism of any type and shade leads to a total destruction of the human spirit. Javeria.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
No. Sammy.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
No.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
Hannah.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
No, this is a tricky one to pronounce. Looking for Solzhenitsyn.
Oh, come on.
Now, didn't all three of those people say at least enough of it that you would have given it to him?
So it's Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah.
Why
I
should
even
it
said
matter?
Solzhenitsyn. Maybe would she have given it to me?
Say it again.
Solzhenitsyn.
No, she would have lost.
You say
Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn.
Wait, okay, play it again. I think the third person says Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn.
An author and former prisoner. Socialism of any type and shade leads to a total destruction of the human spirit. Javeria.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
No.
Solzhenitsyn.
Sammy.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
No.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
Hannah.
Who is Solzhenitsyn?
No, this is a tricky one to pronounce. Looking for Solzhenitsyn.
I'm sorry, that last one had
It was close. It wasn't exactly right.
Since when did pronunciation
It
start
shouldn't.
counting?
And what is it? Is it up to Mayim Bialik, or is it
she
up to?
No, that's the question.
Is
Does
she
Mayim
the
Bialik have
judge,
producers
jury, and
in her ear?
executioner?
Yeah, I think it is up to her.
It's up to her.
She's awesome, by the way. We had her in the third chair back when we were doing the third chair.
Yeah.
And she couldn't have been nicer.
She endorses those fake vitamins, those fake brain vitamins.
She's a
I don't
UCLA
like that.
grad.
She still endorses
literally a
fake
rocket
brain
scientist.
vitamins.
She studied like rocket engineering at UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
I think she
endorses
would.
fake brain vitamins.
I think that those fake brain vitamins might be going to her head because all three of those people had it, and she screwed all three. I think I would have given it. It certainly would have given it to the last.
The
one.
last one for sure had it. I mean, I would vote in favor of the last one. And I don't think pronunciation should count, especially on really hard names. I don't even know who Solzhenitsyn was. Does anybody know who Solzhenitsyn was?
Well, all three of those contestants.
Solzhenitsyn? Solzhenitsyn?
They were in the area code. They just didn't nail the.
Yeah, they were
exact
there.
house.
They were there. All right. Mayim Bialik being a real hard ass there. Hey, it's Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday on 710 ESPN, celebrating the Lakers clinching on Friday night. Great win on Friday, getting you pumped up for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow night against the Nuggets. It's presented by Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. Tomorrow we're going to do something weird around here.
6! I'm at 6! Lakers at 6!
There she is. Super.
God bless
Her name is
her.
Super Sam, is that correct?
So Super Sam.
So Super Sam. So, John, tomorrow we're doing Mason and Ireland from 1 to 2:30.
Right. Then I got to head to the arena.
And then from 2:30 to 4, I have agreed to do a show with Shadano and Cap that is going to be called Super Playoff Crosstalk. What do you think of the concept?
I don't know how long, Greg, you might know. How long can Sedano hang in? Is
He
he,
might
doing
ha-
it from the arena?
He is, so he might have to leave, for the last
Yeah,
segment.
so
or
it'll turn into Mason and Cap, which I'm all in favor
Oh,
of. That's
Mason
just
and
half a
Cap
cup-
is a show. There's
That's half a
Cap.
cup of crazy.
Yeah.
That's a full cup of crazy.
So at the end of Super Playoff Crosstalk, it will wind up being last two men standing, me and Cappy. All right, we're
Hey,
going to do.
did
Go
you,
ahead.
Did you guys put that Kenyon Martin stuff in the system?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kenyon Martin was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, and he had maybe the strangest criticism of Julius Randle I've ever heard. Julius Randle won a game the other night before the Knicks got eliminated by Miami. And I know Randle because he played for us. I know his wife, Kendra. She's really
Sure.
nice. He sought her out and gave her a kiss after the game. And here's what Kenyon Martin said.
I saw something last night at the end of the game, and it bothered me, right? We just got done playing a hard-fought game in a playoff series, and the first thing you do is you go kiss your wife. Like, that's the first thing you do. Well, where's your mind at?
Yeah.
Dog, the very first thing he did, dog, when the game was over, walked over and kissed his wife. And I'm sitting there watching the game with my wife. I'm like, I love you to death, but ain't no way in that incident I'm going to walk over. I'm going to be with my guy. We just got done winning. I'm not even thinking about you.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't think
like
it's
one of the
ever wrong
worst-
to go kiss your wife.
Yeah, I think it's one of the worst takes I've ever heard. What's wrong with that? The game's over.
Right, the
Now,
game's over. Now, he's saying that what Randall should do is go over with his teammates, and instead he went and kissed his wife. I don't know how you can't kiss your wife and then go be with your teammates.
Yeah, and it's not like they had like some 20-minute makeout session. And Kendra, his wife, responded to this with a pretty good point. They have two little kids.
Yeah.
And both Kendra and Julius grew up in single-parent households. And she said, it's important to us to see, for our kids to understand that we're in a loving relationship and that we're the most important person in each other's lives. And I didn't see a problem with it. I couldn't agree more with her. What is Kenyon Martin talking about?
Yeah, it's a super-
If he would have done it with like 2 minutes to go in the game, then we've got a story.
Oh, sure.
But the game was over.
Yeah,
What are
I
we-
don't.
what
I
are we
don't get.
talking about
I don't
here?
get that at all. That's a weird take.
Yeah.
Too many podcasts, too many takes. That's what I say. Too many podcasts, too many takes. Speaking of which, on the Culture Pop podcast
There
right
you
now, if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you know they had the most horrible villain. The High Evolutionary was one of the worst villains they've had in Marvel history. And if you go to the Culture Pop podcast right now, we talked to that guy, Chiwuki Aduzu, who is fantastic as the bad guy. So that is on Spotify and Apple. And now, John, there is a YouTube component. You can go and actually watch the show on YouTube. And it's Andy Kamenetsky filling in for Sue.
So
All
wait,
right.
so has Andy replaced Sue, or
No.
is he like a pinch hitter?
No, pinch hitter. Sue's had some stuff. She's going through some stuff. So Andy stepped in and did a great job for us and made bank. I'm telling you, he made bank from filling in on the Culture Pop podcast.
Hey, Bergman, is anybody else playing besides the three of you in game?
I
of
can
games?
see
It's my
Cappy.
game.
Love Boo. Cappy's coming in. All right, it's your game today, John?
Yep.
All right, we will do it coming up next. Game of Games on the way. Mason and Ireland, 7-10.
Well, Michael, I promised you, if the Lakers won this game and gave us Mother's Day off, that in honor of Mother's Day, I would tell a Yo Mama joke.
Oh,
Are you ready?
Better be a good one.
All right, you can be the judge. Yo Mama is so silly that she spent 5 hours staring at a glass of orange juice because it said concentrate on the package.
Oh, I like that. Yo mama is so old that when she went to the Grand Canyon, it was a ditch. How about that one?
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, it is Ireland's game today.
You're going to regret this.
And we have got Cappy here to take part in Game of Games. Cappy, you looking good? How you feeling?
I'm on fire right now.
Are you?
Totally in fuego.
Yeah.
Johnny I, you must be like on cloud 9 right now, calling the Western Conference Finals. Who could have ever believed?
Never.
Fuego.
Yeah, very happy to be here, and I think they're going to win, Cap.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I know I'm in the minority. I know that 11 of ESPN's 17 experts are picking the Nuggets. I don't see it that way. I think the Lakers got a
But there are
great
7 people
shot.
right here all picking the Lakers.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're 7-0
We're
here.
homering it up. I
Yes.
know that.
This part of ESPN, we're 7-0.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So tomorrow night, the Lakers and Nuggets, as Cap mentioned, open the Western Conference Finals here in Denver. With that in mind, I have a list of 10 names. All these guys played for the Lakers, the Nuggets, or both. So that's the game. Your answer will either be just Lakers, just Nuggets, or both.
Okay.
Here we go. Name number 1. And it's Jorge, Greg, Mace, and Cappy.
Yes.
Name
Lebo.
number 1, JaVale McGee, Jorge. JaVale McGee, Lakers, Nuggets, or both?
Both.
Greg.
Both.
Mace.
Both.
Cappy.
I'm going to try and get on the board and go. Nah, I'm going to go both.
That was the right
You're
one.
glad you did.
Yes.
JaVale McGee played for both the Lakers
knew that one, yeah.
and the Nuggets. All right. Tyronn Lue, the current coach of the Clippers. Lakers, Nuggets, or both? Greg.
Oh, wow. Did he play for the Nuggets? I'm going to say both.
Okay, Mace.
I'm going to say both also.
Cappy.
Lakers.
Jorge.
Both.
Scott Kaplan has only played for the Lakers, never played for Denver. Okay, Mace, this one's for you.
Okay.
Swaggy P, Nick Young.
Oh, yeah.
Lakers, Nuggets, or both?
Yep. Lakers.
Okay, Cap.
Both.
Jorge.
Lakers.
Greg.
I'm with Cap. Both.
Both is the correct answer. And Scott Kaplan.
Yes.
Yes, sir. To a 3-for-3 start, and he has a lead. 3 for Cappy,
Like
2 for
D'Angelo
Greg.
Russell right now.
1 each for Jorge and Mace. Name number 4. And Cap, this one goes to you. Nick Van Exel. Lakers, Nuggets, or both?
Both.
Jorge.
Both.
Greg.
Both.
Mace.
Both.
It is both. Was traded from the Lakers to the Nuggets,
Yep.
so Cap maintains the lead. All right. Back to you, Jorge.
Okay.
Darvin
Okay.
Okay.
Darvin.
Oh, Darvin.
Ham.
Darvin Ham.
Lakers, Nuggets, or both, Briones?
Nuggets.
Greg.
Good call, Jorge. Nuggets.
Mace.
Yeah, Nuggets.
Cappy.
Nuggets.
That is the correct answer. He's now the coach of the Lakers, but he played 1 year for the Nuggets. Cap 5, Bergman 4, Mason and Jorge 3 each.
Right.
How many left?
5.
Okay.
Okay.
Plenty of time for me to screw this up.
Yep, plenty of time.
Right now you have the lead, and Greg, this one's going to you.
Okay.
Matt Barnes, Lakers, Nuggets, or both.
Matt Barnes has played for like every team in the league.
It is true.
Yeah, it's pretty much true.
Except for one.
Did he? Yeah, except for the Nuggets.
Except for the Nuggets.
Lakers, Nuggets, or both, Greg?
I'm going with both.
Mace.
I'm going with Lakers.
Cappy.
Lakers.
Jorge.
Both.
The answer is Lakers. And Scott Kaplan is 6 for 6.
Undefeated.
Cappy
Free throw
6.
line.
Yeah.
Greg and Mace 4 each. Jorge with 3. All right.
Johnny
Greg,
I. Mace
this
just
one-
gave me the 3. The shot to the vein, he just
Yeah.
gave me the 3.
The 3. He's
right.
rolling today.
Came off the bench, gave me the 3.
You gotta do.
All right, Greg, this one going to you.
Okay. I just did that one.
Oh, I thought you did Matt Barnes first?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so it's to Mace.
Yes.
Mace. Current UCLA radio analyst Tracy Murray. Lakers, Nuggets, or both?
I'm going to say both.
Cap.
Nuggets.
Jorge.
Nuggets.
Greg.
He definitely was on the Lakers. It's both.
It is both, and the game has tightened.
Wow.
Cap 6.
They jinxed
Mace
you, though.
and Greg 5. Jorge 3.
Here we come. How
Here
many
we
left?
Jorge, there are 3 left. Jorge,
yeah.
you need to get them all. I'll make Cap go first. You need to get them all, Jorge, to stay alive.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The Kobe stopper, Ruben Patterson. Cap, Lakers, Nuggets, or both?
Nuggets.
Mace.
Well, based on that, I got to go both.
Okay. Greg.
He definitely was a Laker, so both.
Jorge.
Both.
Jorge, that was now you're out. The answer is both.
Damn.
But oh wait, no, you're not out,
I
Jorge.
got it right.
You
You
can
said I
still
gotta get
you
right.
can
Yeah,
still
yeah,
catch
exactly.
them. Okay,
So are we tied now?
We are
Yes.
tied. Three-way
Mason
tie.
and Kaplan and Greg all have 6.
Wow.
And Jorge has 4.
Blow in that lead,
I was
Cappy.
6 for 6.
I know.
I've missed my last
You've
2
fallen
shots.
apart.
My God.
You've gone
You're
ice
just
cold.
like D'Lo.
Jeez.
Here we go.
Right, I get off to a hot start and then I fall apart. I don't do anything in the second half.
All right, here we go. 2 left. Mace, starting with you.
Okay.
Current Clippers TV analyst Don McClain. Lakers, Nuggets, or both, Mace?
I will go only Nuggets.
Okay. Greg.
I'm trying to think if he was on the Lakers.
Come on, you remember.
Lakers, Nuggets, or both?
Don't you
Remember the Tracy Murray era?
I'm going Nuggets.
That game?
Greg, you went Nuggets only?
Nuggets, yeah.
Okay, Cappy.
Nuggets.
Jorge.
Get in the
Both.
game, Jorge.
The answer is Nuggets.
Yes, sir.
Jorge is out.
Yes, sir.
Greg, Mace, and Cappy are all tied at 7 each.
Wow.
Spirited battle.
Wow. Ball
One
game.
more to go, and then the tiebreak.
Okay.
So you guys can do whatever you want here. All right.
All the pens are gone.
Mace, I'll give this one to you because you inspired me to put this guy on the list.
Okay.
A man you once gave a nickname to that John Black said was the greatest nickname you've ever produced.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Slow Roy. Roy Hibbert. Lakers, Nuggets, or both, Mace?
So much pressure here. Roy Hibbert did bounce around a little bit. I am going to go with Lakers only.
Okay. Greg.
I want to be different. I'm going to say it's both.
All right. Cappy.
Could be both.
Going Lakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. And that winner is Greg Bergman. The answer is both.
Damn it. Damn it.
Slow
I
Roy
thought you
played
were
1 year
bluffing me.
at the end of his career for Denver.
I thought you were bluffing me, Mace.
That was a that was a crazy era where I did nickname Roy Hibbert Slow Roy.
And do you remember? One time we were with John Black and we were walking down the street and there was
Yeah.
a snail.
Yeah.
And he pointed at you and he goes, "Hey Mason, see that? Slow Roy."
Oh God, that's
In the
some
meantime,
fun
let's
stuff.
do the.
I'm
Cap,
never
you
going to
did
win.
blow-
I'm
you did
never
blow
going to
a
win.
Big
Yeah,
league
no,
there.
you're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
I mean,
All right.
I had a lead 6-0, or
Yeah.
I had 6
Yeah,
straight,
you were 6 for
yeah.
6.
and then I went 1 for 3.
Correct.
Yeah.
I blew it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for the recap.
He does like to repeat.
All right, here's
It
the
is a
tiebreaker
recap.
just for fun. Carmelo Anthony is probably the most famous player to play for both the Lakers and the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 25 points a game in his 8 seasons with Denver, 24.8. How many points a game did he average in his 1 season with the Lakers? Closest one wins, and you can go over. Mace, how many points per game did Carmelo average with the Lakers in his 1 year?
12.1.
12.1. Cappy.
10.
10 even. Greg.
7.
7. Jorge.
9.
Mason is the closest. The answer
What?
was 13.3.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much lower.
Remember, he was turned into a great catch and
Yeah,
shoot.
sure did.
I mean,
I wouldn't
he,
say great.
well, no, he was really good for him
He
that
had, he
year.
had some moments.
Yeah.
Why'd you pick 9, dude? Well, if I pick 10 and he has 7 and he has 12, why
He
would you
boxed
pick
you
9?
in, man.
He
That's what I
did box
do,
you
man.
in. Yeah.
He pulled the old Price is Right trick
like
on you.
that
That's what I do, man.
That's
I don't
what
know.
that's what Jorge does.
I know, but that was, I don't know, it seemed odd to me at the time.
It seems weird to me now.
Throw you off.
Yeah, why didn't you go 13 or 12.5?
I don't know. That's why I always do this. I always do this. I don't know why.
No.
Do it to him, not to me.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
You've won games though.
I may have won a game or two here or there.
Yeah.
I've won months. Doesn't matter.
I have not won a month.
I have tied for a month. I tied in the month
Twice.
of April.
I mean, this was
I've tied twice.
Today
yeah.
was a big shot for me. I mean, to get the
You
first 6
blew it,
straight,
dog.
Yeah.
and to choke,
Yeah, that's honestly I feel sad for
to
you.
choke.
Yeah.
9.
What are you laughing at?
I feel sad for you. By the way,
I think you do.
5. Little Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
What do you think? Lakers in 5.
Nah,
You
hell
little-
nah, nah.
Did you hear she altered her prediction at the last minute?
No, to what?
Okay,
Lakers in
listen.
5. Little Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. You little 6. I meant 6. Lakers in 6.
Whatever happened to that dog? Did the did
Yeah.
the dog lose his
The
credentials?
psychic corgi has been retired
Yeah.
from
Yes.
picking. The corgi's still with us, but no longer picking games.
Okay, all right.
But I assume the corgi's doing fine despite losing on this pick.
Although Laker fans lined up and
Oh.
basically hammered the corgi.
people were trolling a dog.
People did want a piece of that
Nice
dog.
call, corgi.
Yeah.
It was pictures
Right.
of dogs shaking their heads and stuff.
By the way, Cappy, Beto and Whittier says that collapse by Kaplan was just like his Padres.
No, it was nothing like that. I had a big giant lead.
Oh, right. The Padres, I don't know if they ever had a lead the whole weekend, did they?
Padres should be embarrassed.
Yeah, they
should be ashamed of themselves.
Should be. We'll talk about that next. Super Crosstalk time. Hit it.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
It's 11.
Why are you laughing now?
Oh my God, dude! Me and Jorge right now are laughing like kids that they would have had to have separated in like second
Is that
grade.
right?
We're like the two of us are crying, laughing at each other over his pick of 9 versus mine of 10.
Yeah.
For Carmelo's average.
Yeah.
9.
9. By the way, tomorrow I've agreed to do Super Playoff Crosstalk.
Yeah.
And you know what Siri told me?
Tell me.
You're gonna regret this.
Oh,
That's what
goodness.
Siri said.
Well, but and it may like devolve into just you two idiots taking over. 'cause
No.
Sedano, how much show can you do tomorrow?
I can do a good chunk of the 90 minutes.
Okay.
Because I'll be doing it from the arena.
Okay, so
awesome.
That means so I have to leave to go to the arena at 2:45.
Okay.
I'll already be there by then.
So there's going to be some. I guess the point is, the whole thing is one big super
Fusion.
crosstalk.
Yes, fusion. Good word.
It's a I
It's
like that.
fusion, John.
Yeah,
Good word.
it's a fusion.
Right. It's like a little bit of Sedano and Cap and a little bit of Mason and Ireland, and you put them together, and you've got Mason and Sedano and
You
Cap.
sound like you're doing your Adam Sandler impression.
Mason and Ireland.
And my Mongolian barbecue place, Mace, is closed.
Oh no!
Didn't survive
This
the,
is
pandemic.
What a shame. That's horrible.
That is. How are you even going to survive? Mongolian barbecue closed.
Wow.
Where are you going to eat now?
Well, that was for Wednesday night,
Oh,
so I
okay.
got a couple of days. I'm going to someplace else tonight.
So, Shadano, you're in Denver. Are you excited for this series? Can you believe it that the team went from 2-10 to the Western Conference Finals?
Well, no, I guess is the short answer.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I did tell Cappy before the playoffs that there was a path, right? Kind of like there was a path with the Rams when they were 9-3 and everybody was freaking out.
Yep.
There was a path.
Including
and
me.
That path was, yes, including you. That path was just make sure you get on the 7 line because
Right.
that's going to be an easier line. You have you've been good against Memphis, you've been good against the Warriors, and you don't have to face either Phoenix or Denver to the end in the Western Conference Finals, and this is where we're at.
Ireland pointed out, and Ireland, maybe you can dig this up again, but pointed out that this may be the most improbable run in the history of North American
here's
sports,
the stat,
right?
guys? In the history of the 4 major sports, MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL, no team that has finished last in their division has ever made the Final Four in the playoffs that season. Only 8 other teams that finished last even made the playoffs. And this year's Lakers have already won more games, 8, than all those other teams combined, 7. So this is, George, you and I have talked about this before, that the Lakers and the Heat really aren't 7 and 8 seeds. They just didn't play their guys in the regular season. But the end result is the Lakers are the lowest seed ever to make it this far that has finished last in their division. It's never happened before.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild when you see it. I mean, there's only been, I think it's 2 teams prior to this season that have made the finals from a 6 seed or lower. That's the Rockets who won.
You saw one of them when you were living in New York, the 8-seeded Knicks.
And then the Knicks, right. And then, so if either of the Lakers or the Heat advance, they will join that group.
So, Shadana, one of the things when I'm watching the games and you're doing them, I'm always like, do you work on your looks? Like, do you have like your suits all lined up? I'm going to wear this one, then I'm going to wear this one.
No, I usually pick them very last minute before I pack.
Really? So it's just a throwaway whatever.
It's just like what color. Well, I try my best. This time it's going to be hard because I have a lot of blue and a lot of purple.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is actually I have some that mix the two up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that way no one thinks I'm rooting for one side or the other. That's generally my rule of thumb. I try not to wear a color that the teams have, but if I do have to, then I can see if I can make a combination.
Wear
of
some
both
purple.
teams.
Wear some purple, George.
So my blue jacket has purple stripes.
Okay,
on it.
good.
Okay,
good.
And then I have a
Well, you're
kind
covered
of a-
right there because the Nuggets
So
have blue and the Lakers
correct.
have purple.
And then I have a purple jacket, and I will wear like a blue, pocket square or something. You know what I mean? Like I'll figure something out.
You know, the most difficult thing, I was scooting around online this weekend, and I was at my designer, Emma Sohn, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to wear for the Mandy's this year. And
I'm having a hard time.
So you were looking at me and wondering on
if I could get an idea. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I was wearing a green suit the other night.
Oh,
actually.
a green suit. Ireland, you would never wear a green suit.
No, I'm not allowed.
Yeah.
Celtics.
I'm trying to figure out something that is like very reminiscent of all these NBA players who we've seen come walking through the door.
Yes.
My goal is to find something that is a pant jacket combo, but no
Which
shirt.
would make sense.
But no shirt.
Oh, God.
No, don't you think that'd be cool? Like a really dope pair of sunglasses, some really nice ice around the neck, and then no shirt. What?
That sounds like you.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that's very on brand.
Yeah, like I'm trying to find something.
That's like you saying 9.
So no shirt,
right?
Wearing some ice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Sunglasses,
Sunglasses.
jacket, pants, no shirt.
Shadano, what do you think? The no-shirt thing is just tough to get around.
If you want to pull it off, bro, pull it off.
Yeah.
That's all. Do you, Cap? If you like it, we love it. Okay, how about that?
Well, I must admit that I have been looking online trying to
I
figure
have
it
been
out.
looking like crazy, and it's really hard to figure out. I
I'm
don't
not
want to
gonna-
do what I did
yeah.
last year.
I'm not going to think about this too much.
See,
I may
George is
buy
smarter than us. He's
I may
smarter
just
than you
buy
and me.
something new, but it won't be like I won't put this much thought into it.
Here's
You know
our
what I
problem.
mean?
Here's our problem, Mace.
Yeah.
Is that last year you and me, we kind of
We were
already went
styling.
out.
Yeah.
Right? See, George last year went conservative.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll put
I went
something out.
black suit, white shirt.
Right.
Which is classy and evergreen, right?
But you see, we walked down the red carpet all decked out. So now we have to try and outdo ourselves from last year, whereas these guys who took it easy,
they're just going to go easy again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's your problem.
Well, we've got a responsibility.
I feel
to-
like Ireland and I are in the same boat. That's your problem.
We've got a
right, John?
responsibility to uphold the silliness of the Manders.
Correct. Guys in the league versus guys
Yeah,
outside
guys
the league.
outside the league.
Hey, when I was driving up today from South LA,
Yes.
a couple observations that I heard today on the
Okay.
Mason and Ireland
Good.
show. You know, John, you talk about how Mace here doesn't like obituary radio.
Yeah, he doesn't like
right?
death radio.
I got to tell you guys, as I was driving up and you were going over a couple of people who unfortunately had passed
Yeah.
and you were sending out love and tributes, I kind of liked it. And it reminds me, my mother will call me.
Yeah.
And she'll say,
Oh, yeah.
So, did you hear? I say, no, Ma, what's going on, Ma? She says, well, you remember in 10th grade, the teacher, and she starts getting, and I'm like, yeah, Ma, go ahead. And then she goes, well, she died.
It always ends with that.
Well,
Yes.
she died.
Yeah.
I must tell you guys,
Yeah.
I think obituary radio has some appeal.
Well, when it is like Ireland, I never have a problem with doing obituary radio when it's somebody that like the people you named, Mary Turner and Chris Roberts, obviously are radio legends in this town.
Chris Roberts.
Chris
especially.
Roberts.
I couldn't
come on.
believe it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember Mason rejects a lot of the ideas that I give him, and a standard rule has always been I don't want to do death radio, so I didn't even put Chris Roberts and Mary Turner in my
I have no
email.
problem with death radio. I have a problem with politics radio. I don't want to do stuff that fringes on politics.
That's another one you have, but
That's
death
the
radio-
one you made. You made me take a vow at some point that we would not talk about politics on the show. That's why we don't.
Okay. But obituary, though, is open for business.
Obituary, I think, is I mean,
Okay,
if somebody
there's something
dies.
there. Yeah.
Somebody dies. We're the guys you want to come to.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to do a death pool. like who is going next?
Oh,
and now
right.
we don't talk about death at all.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now, another observation that I made today that I'd like to share with you gentlemen.
Okay.
I have an observation. Can I go
Yeah,
next?
no.
Yes, go ahead, Georgie.
Please,
Go ahead.
Shadano.
Please.
Okay. I was listening to Greg, and you guys were talking about crying.
Yeah.
And you both said that Greg doesn't cry, right?
He does not cry.
Bergman, you never cry?
It's very, very, very rare, unfortunately.
I was just going to say, like, this is
not healthy.
I
No,
was.
it's not.
That's exactly what I was going
Very
to say.
pent up.
You have a lot of stuff in there, if that's the case.
Oh,
because
Let it
I-
out,
come on.
dude.
You're
Let
gonna
it
go.
out.
Just-
Come
Yeah,
here,
you
want a
got to
hug?
let it out.
I will
because-
give you a hug.
Yeah.
If you give me a hug and tell me it's okay over and over again, I might start crying.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah,
but
but
it,
if you
it
over
does
right here.
explain a lot,
Put
though.
that Kepler
It-
right here, Bubba.
does-
what I'm saying, Sedano.
Doesn't it explain a lot, though, that he does hold that stuff in the way he acts with you guys, though?
It's
if you really
honestly,
think about
it's upsetting that a guy has problems with his emotions. I
I
think
don't have a
that's
problem
very
with
sad.
people crying. It just doesn't happen. Like if I'm
Dude,
watching
I was
the
crying
dogs-
watching Ted Lasso last night.
Come on.
Really?
Really?
Oh,
I didn't
my
see- I didn't see last night.
Oh
I'm not
my
caught
God!
up.
It just okay. So I don't want to spoil it if someone hasn't watched it. I mean, when does it come out? On Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
Oh, so it's been a week.
Yeah, it's
almost
been a week. I haven't seen this, but spoil away.
I'm way behind.
Okay, so basically, I'm sure you guys have seen that one of the players is gay, right?
Yes, I've seen the
Okay.
gay player.
So I just listened to, and I know this because Israel Gutierrez and I have been friends for 25 years. Okay, and he was in the closet forever, much like you, Mace, and then came out. And,
Right.
And
Welcome,
Mace. That was
Thank you.
I've known for a very long time prior to him coming out to the public.
Yes.
So it was a very emotional moment for us, all of his friends who knew this and saw him finally feel good about himself
Sure.
in that way, right? So in this episode, all this stuff comes to a head,
Yeah.
basically, with the player Hughes, I believe is his last name.
Colin, yeah.
So
Colin,
in it,
yeah.
and just the way that the team reacted made me cry because I also happened to be on a flight coming back from Phoenix where Dan Levitard does this like one-on-one interview thing he calls South Beach Sessions.
Yes.
And he interviewed Izzy about coming out. So I just heard the story again, which made me tear up on the plane, which I didn't cry because I was in public. But then I was watching this episode and it reminded me of all the stuff I had just listened to and all the stuff that we went through with as friends of his. And then watching the episode made me bawl, literally bawl for like 5 minutes.
And
that's
had a
healthy.
personal connection to that, so it all came to a head.
Yeah, but it was
because
a
of that.
fictional TV show that he connected
Right,
to.
correct.
But you're
Real life
connecting
movie.
with it because you have a friend that was gay and was
Well,
having
he's still
trouble
gay.
coming out. Well,
You mean to tell me that there is not one thing in your real life right now
have
that
trouble
has
with
you
kids.
borderline on the verge of tears? I'll give you an example.
Bergman, have you ever
does it.
cried at a movie?
No.
Wait. Yeah, go, Bergman. Answer that first.
I did answer. No, I've not.
Never.
cried.
Bergman. Bergman, have you ever today? I was at my daughter's like school recital at
I
like
might on-
9:45 this morning.
So
And
happy
she
tears.
She did a singing solo. I did not tear up, but I did not cry, but I did tear up. Like doesn't have to do with your kid.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
No,
Come on.
Riley
Come
is
on,
going to be
Bergman.
in a play on Thursday. I'm actually going to miss
What's
the
she
Laker
playing?
game. She's going to be in the SpongeBob SquarePants play.
You should
Great
cry.
play.
That's
You
a
should
great
cry
show.
at that.
Who's she playing?
She is Plankton.
That's a
that's
tearjerker
great.
role.
Yeah, she's either way. The fact that she's going to be on stage, that might get me to cry because I'm going to be so proud of her.
Right.
But it just hasn't happened very
Well,
often. It's not because I don't want to. It just doesn't happen.
I thought
You're
you were
like
going to
Cameron
cry.
Diaz in The Holiday. You remember Cameron Diaz in The Holiday?
I'm
couldn't
not
cry?
crying at the holiday.
No,
That's
the
not happening.
movie.
I saw
in
the
the
no,
movie,
I've seen the
Cameron
movie.
Diaz was incapable of crying.
Oh, yeah, I'm like her. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
you're like
sure.
her.
I
By the
thought
way,
he was going to cry earlier.
By the way, Pepe Mantilla says
Yeah.
I cry every time that I see MT.
That sadly is true.
I thought you were going to cry earlier on today's show.
Oh my God!
When Steve Mason referred to your mom as Mama Fun Pants, I thought you were going to start crying. And
funny
it
name.
actually had me thinking.
About Mama Fun Pants?
Well, yeah, because, okay, so Bergman, George, you hear about this? Did you see the post this weekend? Bergie,
I
his
did,
brother,
yeah.
the little baby,
Yeah, yeah.
and his mom.
Very lovely
Everybody's sticking
family.
their tongue out.
Beautiful family, right? Well, apparently everybody goes on his comments and they say, hey, your mom's hot, right? And mom is 70, and Bergman doesn't know how to react to this. Bergie, I was thinking this, though. It's me, it's Ireland, it's Mason, it's Shadano. One of us was going to become your stepdad.
Oh, my God.
Jeez. Like, you always do this. Laura's right. You're just that little bit of extra.
If everybody thinks his mom is so hot,
That's gross.
and he had to
No,
pick
no,
one
no,
of
no,
us as his stepdad,
No.
you don't think?
It's a completely reasonable question.
Thank you, John.
wait a minute, Ireland, you think it's reasonable?
Not only do I think it's reasonable, I want-
Lindsay's right. You would think it's reasonable.
I want Bert. Are you kidding? I work for the Lakers. Everybody that comes to our games comes with their niece to the games. But this would be in reverse.
Come on, Bergie. Come on.
Bergman-
One of the four of us.
Okay, so you have to accept one of the four of us as your new stepdad. But the good news is you get to pick who you taking.
I get to pick. All right, so then I have to because I have to accept the premise.
Yeah, you have
It's
to
Cap-
accept-
no,
right.
it's Cappy.
Oh, really?
It's Cappy.
That fast?
Honestly, he'd be fun. I'd
I
have
would
a
not
great
be.
time.
You're telling me I would not be fun?
No.
Oh,
you
you're
wouldn't. Outside of the show, off the show, you're
I'm
not
the
fun.
most.
You're
I'm the
20
most
years of
fun
psychiatry,
person I
Bill.
know.
No, outside the show, you're not fun. Cappy is fun all the time.
Hey!
Wait a minute. He's
That's
fun
true.
all the time. Why do you think I'm not fun all the time?
Wait, Mace. Outside the show, even you admit you're a recluse.
Right.
No, I'm not I'm at a bar for every Lakers game.
If we
What
go,
do you
if we
mean?
go
as
sit
of
at
a
a game,
month ago.
if I sit at a game with you, a Dodger game, you're not talking to me.
Well, I don't want to.
Cappy's talking.
I'm locked into a game. I want to watch. a
Cappy
game.
would talk to himself. Seriously.
No, Cappy's that guy muttering to himself.
Mason, on the show, you might be the funnest of the four of us. Off the show, you're dead last.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's actually probably true.
What do
So-
you guys even know about me? What do
You don't
even
know me.
about me?
You don't know me. Y'all don't even know me.
Like
Like you're on Ricky
Mason,
Lake.
Mason, I don't know how many. I don't think you and I have ever hung out at other than like your house parties where you're tending to everybody.
Correct.
So
yes. By the way, one coming up July the 22nd.
I find
Nice.
you fun when we go to Hyde.
When we go to Hyde,
Right.
Exactly.
So
Right.
here's what I would say. In my interactions with you socially, you've always been fine, but I've never just been you and me like Greg has at a ball game. But Morales also has the same thoughts of you at a ball game. He says you're boring at a ball game.
I'm watching the game. I
Right.
go to a game to watch a game. I don't go to talk to Chris Morales.
But baseball is like social though. Like it's not like a basketball game where the action is constant. Like there's natural moments in a baseball game to have a conversation.
I was trying
Mace,
to.
do you talk at Rams games, or are you just dialed into the game?
Well, Juan and I talk. I bitch about plays and stuff like
Right,
that.
but are you listening to like JB Long, or are you just?
Oh no, I'm just watching the game.
If I sit next to you at a Dodger game and you don't want to talk to me, can I text you?
I talk to you.
Oh, thanks.
I text you.
Just wondering if you'll look at your phone.
Yeah, I look at my phone.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can text you if you don't want to talk to me.
these guys think I'm no fun because I won't join their group texts at 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm not doing group texting at 10 o'clock at night.
I'd like to do that.
You're probably not very coherent either.
No,
at that
I'm
point.
not.
I'm not invited.
coherent.
Excellent point.
And by the way, and it's late. I'm not. There's a cutoff time for texting.
I want to be in a group text.
There's
I'll
a-
text 24/7.
No, there's a cutoff
no,
time for texting.
no.
I think it's 9 o'clock. You don't text after 9 o'clock.
Why can't I be in the text?
Well, we could put you in and replace Mason.
We can
He
put
doesn't
you in the-
respond anyway.
All he
No,
does,
you don't want Cappy in there. You're going to get all sorts of stuff in there all the time.
Well, it sounds more interesting than what we get with Bergman. We're
Oh,
getting
wow.
Bergman's game analysis one-sided. It's just Bergman,
One-sided.
right? Yeah, one-sided. In other words, you're putting out game analysis on our group text. Ireland's ignoring it. I feel
Well, Ireland's doing a game.
Jorge doesn't participate.
He's not at the game.
And
He's
then
not paying attention.
for me, I'm like, I send you pity texts because you're sending all these
don't
text
send
messages,
pity texts.
and I
You just
send
don't
a
have anything
text,
to respond with.
How about this game, huh? It's like that kind of stuff is what I text because Bergman's like in a one-sided text conversation.
I'm sorry that you can't handle. the
It's like a
text.
solo
text.
group text.
If you had something to respond with, then maybe it would be better.
Yeah. All right.
You can't handle the text.
Yeah, exactly. So, Shadano, what are you going out to party in Denver tonight? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm flying out right after the show. I'm still in L.A.
Oh, you're still.
Wow.
Now, you,
Yeah. My flight is like 8 o'clock, so I
I'm-
got to haul ass as soon as we're out of here.
So we went through all the experts. I wanted to point out you cannot make a prediction, right? Because you're
Well,
working
I'm on the
series.
series, like, so it's weird because I got to meet with both coaches, like, privately. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't want to make a prediction because then, not that they would think that because both guys are really good guys, but I just don't need that drama. You know what I mean? I'm working
Right.
the series, no pick.
Yeah,
I
it's
picked
not
the
what
East
they would
series.
think, George. It's the fan bases could make a big deal out of it. You
Well,
want
that
one or
too,
the
but
other one.
for sure, but that too. Now I picked the East series because I'm not working that series.
Right.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Heat in 7.
Oh,
and
man,
7.
that would be unbelievable.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the Heat or the Celtics. Either way, it works out perfectly, assuming the Lakers make it.
Oh my God! If it's Lakers Celtics, it's unbelievable.
You know, if the Heat make it, I'm thinking that we're going to do Sedano and Cap from Miami. That's going to get sponsored, Mace.
That's gonna. I mean, I would certainly.
I think
have that
you're trying to do a
sponsored.
LeVar Ball and speak it into existence.
That's
Yeah,
right.
like, is what
That's
you're
right.
doing.
I hear it like this. Sedano and Cap on South Beach for the NBA Finals is being presented by Yamava. I mean, what do you guys think?
now we're talking.
Right. Or I could do it like a Sports Center commercial. Sedano and Cap in South Beach is being brought to you by Coors Light. Icy cold refreshment when the mountains are blue. Coors Light.
Do they still use that voice guy on
They
Sports
do.
Center?
They
Yeah.
still use that.
Yeah.
I watch Sports Center every day. That guy's still there.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's still, and sounds very happy.
Right.
He sounds
Guy's been
very
getting
happy.
paid for 30 years.
All right. Well,
Well,
guys.
Michael would definitely rather go to Miami than Boston, although I did see him pick Boston.
Yeah, I think Boston's going to win that series.
Come on, Miami.
I mean, Boston is definitely the more talented team, but there is an inherent advantage that Miami has is Eric Spoelstra. I mean, it's not even close. Like that is the biggest mismatch of any coaching series we've had.
You hear that?
I did. I look. He's in the league, so I gotta take that as a fact.
I mean, Joe Mazzulla, for God's sake, Marcus Smart is telling him we're literally working with him together.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a real quote. That's not me making that up.
So we're gonna kind of wrap here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of wrap.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like done.
I'm just
I'm just
out of
ready to go.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've got to go out and have fun.
Oh,
I've got to go out. And
Wait,
I'm
before
gonna
you go,
paint the
you
town
may
red.
want to hear this.
Yeah.
Or do you want for us to talk about it on the other side? Beto has his hangout rankings.
Oh, his hang. No, I want to hear him.
Okay.
Okay, so number 4, it's the 4 of us.
Okay.
Is Ireland still there or is he gone?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ireland's here.
Okay, number 4 is you, Mace.
Oh,
And he writes,
wow. Come on.
Wow.
That is brutal.
yeah. Number 3, Scott Kaplan will ghost when find someone more important and famous. Sedano, number 2, fun guy.
Yep.
Number 1, John Ireland, he pays.
That's true.
Well, that is true.
That is true.
Oh,
Very good,
Go
Beto.
go where the money is.
Very
By the way,
good.
I don't need to party with. I've never partied with Beto. Now I'm
Oh,
not
I have.
going to.
It's
I'm
fun.
not going to party with Beto
Oh,
now.
Beto's fun.
Yeah, I can't do it now. Now that he's ranked me 4th and put zzz. All right,
see ya.
coming up next for you is Shadano and Cappy. We are back tomorrow with super playoff crosstalk. Me and Ireland till 2:30. Then Giordano capping me until 4 o'clock when pregame starts for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. See you tomorrow, 7:10 ESPN.